cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is For Women Wednesday. I'm your host, Freddie G, joined by my co-host, K Money, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast. On Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, fellas, and welcome to another Women Wednesday. Okay, so there's something that women need to know about men and their daughters. And men need to be aware of these things as well. Now, before we dive into today's topics, let me say this. Sometimes we're a little bit too tough on females, on the women, when it comes to their sons. You know, a lot of men think that part of the reasons with today's youth, meaning the boys, is that their moms are too soft on them. And by moms being soft on the boys, a lot of moms are unaware that they're actually grooming the boys to be the very man that most women despise. You know, case in point, a lot of men think that women who are soft on their boys are grooming their young boys to become lazy men. Some may think that they're grooming them to be needy men. Some think that they're maybe grooming them to be men who are okay with being mediocre, just to name a few. However, the conversation that we really need to have is fathers and their relationship with their daughters. Mm-hmm. Because we don't speak on that enough. Not so much as just this podcast, but men with daughters, period. We don't really talk about it. No, we're quick to talk about the boys. But all four of us here on this panel have daughters. And so what I want to do is I want to go down a list of things and y'all tell me your thoughts in regards to fathers and their daughters. So one of the things do y'all believe that the relationship that a father has with his daughter helps shapes his daughter's self-esteem?
Of course.
Yes.
If you the right type of father, if you show your daughter the right stuff, then of course.
I think it definitely contributes to how her self-esteem would be.
Okay, how? In what way?
I mean, building it up to, just like you would with any other child, whether it be male or female, just the confidence side of it. Giving them the motivation that, they can achieve anything that they try type of, attitude. She's beautiful, constantly complimenting her, letting her know, that she's a princess and things of that nature,
So words of affirmation.
Yeah, affirmation, great word, affirmations.
Yep. Naturally, the daughters always look up to the daddy. So anything you say is going to be encouraging, even if it comes from a negative standpoint. Because you'd had some hood girls with some hood dads, but they were just like their dad because they were hood. Then you had some good girls with some good dads that went to college. They went to college. So if you have a close-knit relationship, because I know both. I know the hood dad with the hood daughter, and they're close. I know the college dad with the college daughter, and they're close, and she pretty much followed his step. They followed their steps.
So the hood girl with the hood dad.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that
she pretty much take right after her dad because she's a daddy's girl.
And so you're making. Go ahead, Kid Money.
No, I kind of disagree with that, Comedian 96, because if her dad is hood, I'm assuming that they're in the hood, so she could
Correct.
be just a victim of her environment.
Yeah, same thing. But the dad has that option to say, hey, this ain't the right way. If he stays hood and he's a hood dude, she's going to naturally follow that hood dad.
Again,
You get what I'm saying?
So how does that play with her self-esteem?
well,
Like the question was, do we think that fathers shape their daughters'
yeah,
self-esteem?
I mean, even in a negative
And
situation.
so you're saying the hood dad.
Yeah, the reason why I'm saying
got
that,
you.
yeah, even in a negative situation, he gonna
Okay.
make that negative look positive to her, even though it's a negative situation. Case in point, right? A good dad will say, "Hey, babe, you need to go to college, graduate, get your degree, get married," right? But if you take it to the hood, a hood dude gonna say, "Man, get that dude for his money," and blah blah blah. So if a dad is feeding her this information, if that's his thought process, and he's feeding his daughter that, she gonna think it's okay to do that. You understand? And she gonna think, "Oh, this is the natural way just to be hood," because her daddy is teaching her that way.
And that's shaping her self-esteem.
Well, she can just say, "You can get money from a dude. You can get money from a dude."
Most-
That's
most-
gonna make her esteem go way up. You a girl, you can get money from a dude. In between your legs, you a girl.
I think
That's an
what the
esteem that'll make
moms
any.
are teaching those. Some of them.
Yeah, I can see a mother telling their daughter.
That's
I don't
what-
see a
I put a
dad
tight-
saying
did I
that.
just put a tight hood?
I don't see him
put a-
saying that, and I mean, I kind of disagree with that too. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you why. Because no matter how hood I am, I don't want to have
Right,
that thought of my
right.
daughter being done like what I'm telling her to
But
do,
I've
become a prostitute.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen it.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
no hood
terrible.
dude.
It's terrible teaching. Even with, and not to put it on women, but it happens with women too. Just like you was just about to say,
Yeah.
it happens with women. You think it don't happen with men either? So you get
I think fathers mold
Right.
their daughter's esteem, and mothers shape it and define it.
Okay. So moving along
Yeah.
to my next question. Do you guys think that fathers influence their daughters' body image?
No,
no,
I don't think.
nah, no.
So now, so starting with you, Slash, yes or no?
No.
No.
UK money.
I don't even think I understand the question.
Okay. Body image. So let's say you remember you were explaining your deal about self-esteem, K Money, and I threw in the words of affirmation. You're beautiful. Now, with that being said, let's say you have a female, a young girl who doesn't have a butt or who's flat chest, and she is looking at all of the girls that are her age that has a butt and breasts, and you tell her, baby, you're beautiful just the way you are. Or sweetheart, you're beautiful just the way you are. Now you've influenced her to look at her body image in a positive light versus, okay, let me go and get some butt and get some breasts so that I can keep up with the rest of these females. Do y'all think that fathers can play a part into shaping the body image to let them know that, hey, you're beautiful just the way you are?
Oh,
that
of
is
course,
that,
yeah.
and the thing is that it resonates deeply versus another parent or a friend saying, hey, you need to get some butt.
In that sense, the way you say it, then I think, yeah, the father has a chance in shaping that because I don't think a father's going to tell a daughter, you need to go get a set of breasts or a BBL.
Exactly.
Oh,
We
that
don't say
hood
that.
daddy wouldn't say that?
So-
I would.
That hood
Nah,
daddy
a
would?
hood daddy would probably say that.
Oh, okay.
A hood dad, but I mean, no, a normal dad or normal
yeah.
dad would not say that. No, and of course I would.
So
say
the whole
something
thing
like
would
that.
be to, tell them, like you say, they beautiful the way they are. They don't have to go and get nothing extra done,
Yeah, I agree. I think a sensible father would, say things of that nature. On the positive side, however, would it resonate to your child is the question, because, we deal with that daily as parents, trying to get our kids to do the right thing, and we all deal with peer pressure, and nowadays you have social media, so that's what
pressure.
That's what we're fighting up against, social media, because our kids on these phones 24/7 damn near, and the pictures and the pop-ups that come on showing, these beautiful women with these fake body parts, so it has to be enticing to a child that hasn't been blessed with these physical features.
Okay, so let me throw something out here. Mom, you have a daughter, no body, flat chest, slim, no butt, whatever, and you notice that she's not happy with her appearance. Dad says, "Sweetie, you're beautiful just the way you are. You're smart, you're pretty, love who you are."
Right. Love yourself.
Yeah, love yourself. Mom give those same words.
We can't.
What resonate the most, coming from mom or coming from dad, in your opinion, K Money?
I think coming from mom, it probably would resonate more. Yeah, I'm gonna say mom.
Why do you think mom?
Just because she's a female and she's been, she was where her daughter is before. She's been there and done that. Even though, as much as you may not want to admit it, her objective is probably to get that attention from the opposite sex, which her father just happens to be. So, but I still say, mom should be keen on how to get that attention from the opposite sex without having to
Body parts.
expose.
Okay.
There's a classier way of doing so without having to show your body.
Comedian 96. Who registers more to her, mom or dad, saying the same thing?
Mom, and because mom can go into detail, dad not. Just like you just said, you're beautiful, and you stop.
Okay.
You can't comment on her breast or her butt or nothing like that, and I wouldn't. None of us would.
Okay.
So mom can go into detail, baby, when you grow up and blah blah blah, whatever they talk about in the restroom or in the room, they talk about that to build a confidence.
Okay. Slash. Who do you think, mom or dad?
I'm gonna say mom, because that's definitely. I agree with Comedian 96 on that. Yeah. There is no other, no way a man could tell his daughter,
right.
Start talking about body. We just not on that wavelength with our daughters. That just don't go
ain't gonna happen
together. So yeah, it's gonna resonate more from the mom than it will from the dad. Although I think if dad does tell her, hey, you beautiful the way you are, I think it resonates maybe a 25% chance on that, and what I mean is they're going to listen to that because, of course, it came from a man's point of view.
Yeah.
So, and that's good, too, because it helps them understand.
Boy, this generation, you better not tell your daughter she got, you can try to
Nah, you can't
accident.
do that.
Boy,
Nah.
you now you weird.
I mean, that's weird even if you did it in 1940.
Yeah,
It really was.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Either way.
It's weird. Yeah.
Now, interesting, because I disagree with all three. I disagree because I know mom weighs heavy, but I think that females, daughters, look at themselves because they're trying to attract the opposite sex. And I think that fathers could give advice as far as what the opposite sex is looking for. And if he's looking for you for these things, then chances are he doesn't see you but nothing but for this and that. So if a man is pressuring you to have these or to look a certain way, I think fathers can give a little bit more insight to how guys think versus what mom could give insight to. And I think that a daughter could listen to a father to get that. And I'm going to tell you, full disclosure, there's someone that I know, the only female that I know, that actually had both of her parents in the household. Mm-hmm. And she let me know how important her father was to her. And some of the things and some of the things he schooled her on. And I was in full agreement with what she was saying because I felt the same way. Mm-hmm. But not to take nothing away from Mom. I get why y'all mention Mom. So, moving on to the next one. So, do y'all think that fathers influence their daughters' behavior? Let me go a little bit deeper. Oh, I can't do that. If my daddy find out this, this ain't gonna sit well. Mm-hmm. Do y'all think that their fathers have a major influence on their daughter?
Most fathers should have that type of effect over their daughter. However, that does not stop them from acting that way.
Yes.
That's only if the father's around that, okay, they go get that respect. But if father's not in sight, shit, they wilding out and being fast.
Most definitely. Because what I know is if you had that certain type of relationship with your daughter, she's going to come to you for advice because she know that you are actually giving her the right information for what she needs.
And good. Here's a good example. I'll take my daughter. I know a couple of people, not my daughter, but I know a couple of people, their daughters call them, not dad, but by their first name, right? I don't know if y'all seen that before.
Yeah.
My daughter know what I would do to her if she called me by my first name. So what, like you said, the way we grew, you're not gonna raise if your daughter knows if I call my daddy by my first name, boy, I know he gonna beat the hell out of me.
That's never happened.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So you're right. It depends on that father. It just depends.
So that sounds like you struck fear.
It's not fear. It's discipline. It's a difference. I mean, it's respect, discipline. I say yes, man. My daughter.
So when you say she knows what you would do to her, is it more so of, hey, if I call him about this here, he'll do X, Y, and Z to me, and I'm scared of that?
Not that I would be at the age she is now. I would be more disappointed because she knows better, so she hates disappointing me.
Okay, so that's better. So is when you say she knows what I'll do.
Fear of disappointment.
Okay,
so it is fear. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Fear of disappointment.
That sounds like what it would be.
Yeah.
Okay, so if my daughter find out, not none of our daughters, but my daddy know I'm on the pole. Yeah. He'll be mad as hell. I'm talking about a father who's actually in the child's life versus a daddy who ain't never there.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so fathers and their impact on their daughters' social traits. Do y'all think that their social skills, their traits, and how they interact with men?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Yeah. Because you're going to school them. You don't tell them, I'm telling you, he's just trying to tap. You know. But it's always so crazy. The guys that you know they should be with, they never pick them. You be like, that's the guy, that nerd right there. He's going to be a millionaire.
Well, when they're younger like that.
Yeah.
When their looks play a part.
A lot.
The physical.
It does.
But as women get older, then they can start to eliminate some of the things that they used to look for and be like, oh, no, this nigga got a 401k. I'm going to keep him. Okay. So, fathers showing their daughters how a woman need to be treated.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I think it was one of the things you taught me when my daughter was born. You used to take your daughters on dates and take her to the movies. I actually copied that off of you, but I added the nail shop. So I started taking to the nail shop at 3. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. Fathers helping to define the future romantic relationships that their daughter's in. So let me go deeper. From an early age, a girl learns what to look for in a romantic partner by watching their father interact with their mom. Mm-hmm. Do y'all think that your daughters look at you in that way? Now, you don't have to be with mom to interact with her in a decent manner.
Mm-hmm. They look at that.
Yeah. They look at your, yep.
The daughters are watching the dads.
Yeah, they want to see if you can act a fool.
That's just what they doing.
Yeah.
Because in reality, the dad is the daughter's first boyfriend.
First love.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? In their eyes,
Yeah.
that's it.
So the last thing they want to see is act a fool.
So you have to actually be the right, role play. You have to do the right stuff in their life so they can, understand what it's really supposed to be. You give them morals. You teach them respect themselves. Don't wear short skirts. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Stuff you tell them. You actually tell them. That's not necessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are just morals that you teach them as a man if you the right father. I don't know, Comedian 96, what your hood dad would do. But
yeah, I you know what, on that one I can't even answer because it's just the raising is just different.
Question
So I
that
kinda
hood
stay
dad,
away.
is he giving condoms out when she go out on dates?
Man, I don't know. I
That's
don't really
gotta be
just
what the
hang,
hood
I don't really,
dad doing, huh?
I don't really just hang with him like that. But you just can't just like cut the person off. But at the same time, it's like, man, I can't come over here too.
Do y'all believe that fathers give their daughters a sense of reality about themselves?
I think we keep parts away that they don't need to hear.
No.
Oh, go
About
ahead.
so
About their
your daughter.
okay.
Meaning like they're this way because of
Like okay, this is probably a bad example. But I know I'm like if you got a daughter that's arrogant and cocky. And I know I look good and I know I'm this and just arrogant and cocky, right? And dad's like, hold on. There's other females out here that are just as pretty as you. So don't you walk around with the big head thinking you all of that because you'll find somebody that'll put you in your place and blah, 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 blah. So when I say fathers giving them their daughter a sense of reality about themselves versus certain moms may say, yeah, I know my daughter this shit, or yeah, girl, you tell them you looking pretty. Just say, can't none of these bitches touch you, and blah 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 blah.
Well, my message would be, okay, yeah, you might look good, but that's not gonna pay the bills. What you gonna do when you need your bills?
When your bills paid, yeah.
These are the morals I'm finna teach you. You learn how to work hard. You respect yourself. You go to work and earn. What you don't worry about taking nothing from no dude that's trying to give you something because he want more than what he giving you. These are certain things that you teach them. So that's what my message would be to my daughters, rather than anything else, I don't care about you being beautiful and there's other people beautiful than you, but what you going to do when you can't pay the rent? What the bills, you need to know more about that because that's more life than reality. I mean, that's more reality than this other world you living in about being more beautiful than another person. Damn that shit. Because that ain't gonna get you nowhere. Well, nowadays maybe because social media is different. They making money on social media now.
Owns
But
anything.
But in real life and before social media, that was the way to raise a daughter from a man's point of view. In the earlier 70s, 60s, and stuff like that. I don't have a sister, but I know if I had a sister, the way my dad and mom, the way we was raised, she'd be on point,
Okay, so now we all know that we can't teach a girl how to be a woman,
right?
Because we're not women. but do y'all believe that we play a major part in creating the foundation of young girls becoming women?
Oh, most definitely.
Yes.
In what way?
In a lot of ways, by how you treat them, what they see you doing, how they see you respond to other women, how they see you react with other women,
Making them understand their worth.
right. And if you got your daughter in front of you and you mistreating your wife or your girlfriend, she gonna feel like that's how it's supposed to go. I'm supposed to take that from a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to tell them to sit there, cross your legs,
And
sit
if
down,
mama
be
sit
quiet.
down and don't say nothing
Yeah.
after dad said that, then she's gonna take on that same role in her life because
Okay.
that's what she's seeing.
So let me ask. We hear this a lot when we see certain types of women or females, and we'll say she got daddy issues. What does that actually mean?
I couldn't
When
answer- I don't
men
know.
say she has daddy issues.
She got
I don't know
some
what that
issues, unresolved issues with her daddy that she find in other men, those same qualities in other men that she meet, that same quality be in her dad, and she hates it. And she takes it out on that boyfriend, that same quality that man has, that her dad has.
Can
that
you
her boyfriend
have? Can a female have daddy issues if the daddy wasn't present at all?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
That seemed like that's where it would
Yes,
come from.
that-
I was gonna
that's
say
where it come
Comedian
from.
96 gave one good example, but I think another one is if the father isn't present at all.
That's
Or
definitely.
absent father.
Now, this
Absent
was
father.
this father was actually, it was a girl I think I talked about on a previous show. Her dad was present, but he was just a deadbeat dad, but he was there all the time, but he wasn't doing anything. So if I could be on point for months at a time, all I gotta take is one day, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry I messed up one day, and it's a big fight. So it was like if you're not 100% with her, all it takes is one mess up, and it's like the whole world is ended. So they have those daddy issues that need to be resolved.
She sound like she got the hood dad.
Yeah. That's what it is. She got the hood,
Right.
Okay, so in closing, and I want to touch on Slash. You mentioned something a little earlier that I 100% agree with. So in closing, I want to say that Slash, you were right. For the fathers out there, you will be the first man your daughter loves. Mm-hmm. The first man your daughter loves. So what I would say to you is, don't be the first man to break your daughter's heart. If you are the first man to break your daughter's heart, that could be the start of her having daddy issues. In the words of singer John Mayer, fathers, be good to your daughters. Daughters will love like you do. Girls become lovers who turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. This concludes another dope episode. Tune in tomorrow for Think Thursday. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, the only way we grow is if you let them know.